here. This is the fight for the real boxing fans. This is the casuals look at these names and they're like, who the hell? Like these guys are
Who the
fighting.
fuck is Stephen Fulton and
Yeah,
Naoya Inoue?
Naoya Inoue. His
Who are
last
these
fight
guys?
was in a gymnasium in Japan. Like, who is this guy? No, 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 no.
Disrespectful.
That's not what they deserve, and that's not the treatment they get around here, man. This is the fight, bro. This is one of them fights of the year that we'll be talking about when it closes. On one side, you have two undefeated guys. On one side, you have Stephen Fulton, who can box inside, he can box outside. He's so beautifully gifted in almost every department, minus the power. And then you have the other guy, Naoya Inoue, who is nicknamed the Monster, who can start you with any punch he throws out there. And he's fucking racking up these KOs as his career progresses. 21 KOs of 24 victories. And he does it, man, any way with any punch. You see the left lead uppercut, the right overhand, the jab dissect people, and it's all powerful, man. And I shout you up, man. You're the one who put me on Naoya, but I know that it's switched when we talk about the other guy. I know I'm the guy who put you on to Fulton, and I feel like this is one of those. So I have to remain humble and I have to remain with my guy, but I'm not going to give my pick until you get to talk about this fight a little bit, brother. What do you think about it?
Oh man, I mean, these are. I mean, this is crazy, man. I'm sure you're gonna mention it, but this Neo is also coming up in weight to fight Stephen Fulton at 122 pounds. So there's question there, but I don't question it at all. But people question it like, oh, is that power gonna translate? He's gonna have it, man. He's gonna have it at 122. He'll have it at 135. He'll have it at 140. The guys, it's not gonna matter how much weight this kid puts on. He's gonna have that power regardless.
Mm.
But and I just think that's because he's kept his power in those smaller weight classes. Like, and he's fighting in like 2 or 3 pound different weight classes. I don't see any difference at 122. So, excited to see how that looks at this weight class. But enough of that, man. This fight is going to be. I'm hoping it's going to be ecstatic because there's one or two ways this fight can go. Like you said, both guys very, very good at fighting on the inside, very good at fighting on the outside. You hyped up Steve Fulton a little bit, so I'm gonna go with Naoya Inoue a little bit.
Please, please.
They call him, if you know,
Yeah.
they call him the monster for a reason. Like, this kid is an absolute surgeon when it comes to boxing. I mean, the capability that this guy brings into the ring every time is devastating. I mean, every single punch, it's never wasted with this guy. Um, he just loves digging into the body and investing early. He's the type of fighter that fights longevity wise. Like, he'll invest early in a fighter and then just break them down and then just finish them off towards the end. And very similar to Stephen Fulton's style, but Naoya just does it in unreal fashion. This might be a crazy comparison, but Naoya Inoue is kind of like. Can you pull the camera back up just so like I can see your reaction because I can't see you? Naoya Inoue is kind of like Kevin Durant in a way.
Let's hear it, bro. Make this case. You get the big screen for this one.
No, you gotta pull me back out. You gotta pull me back out.
All right, all right, all right. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Naoya Inoue is kind of like Kevin Durant. He's now Kevin Durant. He's sort of like, he's a spectacular player, but most of his work it's like overhyped a little bit. Would you agree? Like, a lot of
Overhyped.
people say Kevin Durant's a little bit overrated in a way,
Why?
or like
Because he
overhyped.
joined the whole a
Yeah,
superior, crazy Warriors team. Okay, I can see it.
right. But the point I'm trying to get to is like Kevin Durant is like, he might not be like the top scorer in the league, but the way he scores the ball is beautiful. I don't think anybody scores the ball like how Kevin Durant does. It makes it look so good.
So
He's
you're
kind of
saying
like
Naoya?
Naoya.
Okay.
Yeah, like the way he finishes people, it's like nobody finishes people in the ring like him. Like, it's just beautiful. It's like art. He's
Mm.
kind of, in a way, he's like Kevin Durant.
You know,
It's art, bro. You just
with
got to
the
think about it that way. It's art.
you
You're
know,
probably like his kids.
when you first started, I was like, how on earth is this lunatic gonna make this comparison? Like, this has to be super well thought out, and I think you did a good job, buddy.
I appreciate it. I
I
appreciate it.
definitely I can see it. Like the way KD scores so effortlessly, makes it look so good, and does it so consistently. Is somehow like Naoya gets his KOs. I can
Exactly.
respect it.
Yeah. I appreciate it. I appreciate you because I had no fucking clue I was going with that. I'll be honest.
Yeah. You tied the ribbon well, man. You know what I'm saying? You did what you had to. You sold it. You sold it. But now tell me how scoring like Kevin Durant beats Stephen Fulton.
Okay, so Stephen Fulton, we know how he fights. We know how Naoya Inoue fights. How does this fight play out? How does it go? How does it play out?
How does it play out?
I mean, like I said, there's one or two ways it can play out. I think Naoya Inoue, by a miraculously difficult decision, or it could be a Stephen Fulton unanimous. I think those are the only two ways these two win. I don't see a KO happening.
At all?
The
You
reason
don't think
I don't
Fulton
see a
gets
KO.
caught with some shit?
I think Fulton can get caught, but I don't know. I feel like he's managed. I feel like he's been managing the punches well, and I feel like he's so good. Like he has elite footwork, man. Like I feel like
Yeah,
he's on that level of like Bivol and Canelo when it comes to the footwork. Like he is such an elite defender, and I just feel like it'll be hard for him to get caught with anything clean. Yes, he will get caught. Like he's gonna get hit, but
for sure.
anything super clean, I doubt it's gonna happen. But
Mm.
I feel like Naoya, I feel like when he starts digging into the body, and if that happens, then this is going to be a very long night. It's going to be a very, very long night for Stephen Fulton. But on the opposite, I always have to look at both sides. Stephen Fulton, if he's masterful with the footwork, if he's not giving Naoya any time in the pocket, always moving, always keeping the jab out, just probing it, I think that it could be an easy night for him.
Mm.
But that, like I'm saying, there's always two sides of a story. You always have to look at both sides. Which side do I think is going to happen? I think Naoya is going to win. Um, I just think the way he invests in the body early is going to be a problem for Stephen Fulton. I think the speed is like very underrated. I haven't seen people talk about that much. Uh, I think Naoya is just lightning times faster, and I feel like if you're going to win a fight, you have to throw punches and you have to take a risk. So Stephen Fulton is going to have to be a little bit vulnerable, and he might have to take a shot to deliver
Yeah.
one.
Mm.
So I can see that happening. Damn. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know, man. I think maybe a stoppage could happen for Naoya, man. I think
Honestly,
a stoppage could happen.
if Naoya is gonna win, not saying that that's my prediction, but if he was gonna win, I think it would be by KO. He catches Fulton with some shit. The monster's a big finisher, bro.
He is,
Like if he sees you hurt, if he catches you off balance, and he sees you in a vulnerable spot, you're gonna get sniped, and there's nothing you could do about it.
but
But
he hasn't faced anybody with elite footwork yet. He
in
just hasn't.
Naoya,
Naoya, he has
that's
not
right.
faced anybody with this footwork. And
Yeah.
so I think that's a big factor in this. Being able to catch a fighter, you got to get him. You know what I mean?
100%, 100%. And Fulton's a guy who moves around really, really well,
Stupid
and
well. His footwork's
not
so underrated.
in the defensive minded like aspect to him, like the upper body movement too. It's not just the feet, man. It's all over.
Yeah.
And let's not forget that this isn't the first big puncher that Fulton is fighting. It's not. It's not. He's been hit with some big shots. I think of that fight with Angelo Leo. He got cracked a few times in that fight. Still kept outboxing him. How could we forget the Brandon Figueiredo, the
That was,
heartbreak? That was a banger right there. And some people thought it went the other way.
um,
Go ahead. You wanna.
I thought it did.
Yeah,
I
I know
thought it
you
did.
did. I know you did. That's why I gave you a second there to interject and
I didn't
take.
want to. I didn't want to interrupt your moment. You were going off, man. You were doing your thing.
Nah, man, you could, man. I know that's where you stood on that night. We argued about it on the pod, and I stand by Fulton winning. And then he went on to fight Daniel
Wow.
Roman and completely outboxed him. Wow, what?
Yeah, absolutely outboxed him. Yeah.
Wow, what? Wow, what?
What? I
Wow,
didn't.
what,
I
man?
didn't. No, I didn't say anything. I'm glad you brought the Roman fight up too, because that is a great example of how good his footwork is, and how masterful he kind of went around against the Roman Dolise.
Dolise, Roman, Daniel, Roman, Dolise.
Danced around him, man. I don't know. He can probably keep it up, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to keep it up for 12 rounds. I think Naoya eventually gets him. One
Mm.
thing I wish you mentioned, but maybe you would have, but Naoya is orbital, man. What about it? Any stock into that?
I don't know.
There
I
could
don't
be a
really.
doctor. There could be a doctor stoppage with that if Fulton catches that orbital, man.
It
Orbital
could
is
be.
that's the one part of your body, man. That if that thing breaks again easier.
Mm, mm.
So I
Yeah,
mean,
especially against a guy who can jab. Like
a
he's
guy
gonna
who can
stick it to you.
jab. Yeah.
Yeah. I
I don't
mean,
know. Do you play
I
stock in
never
that?
personally, I never really put much stock in Fulton's power. As much as I am a fan of the guy and think he's one of the coolest boxers in today's game, I don't think he's a big puncher, man. I think he does everything else so well that like puts him above a lot of other guys.
Yeah.
Um, and a wise man once said, "You always take the boxer over the puncher."
Mm.
And I'm always gonna stand by
Mm.
that, man. I'm always in the field of the punchers, man. I'm going Stephen Fulton, Philly zone, fuck the Sixers, but I'm taking Fulton.
I love it. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's you can't go wrong with either fighter. I feel
Yeah.
like either guy. It's gonna be a great fight. Hopefully. Um, and and hopefully these guys come healthy. You know, we don't hear any problems coming up. This fight is on Tuesday, by the way.
What?
Yeah, it's on Tuesday. Not even this weekend.
Bro, is Tuesday Saturday for them in Japan?
It might be.
What?
It might be. But you know how they hold these fights on like random fucking Monday nights.
Yeah. Mondays are like days off for them. Yo, I loved it. Yo.
Yeah, I'd
I
love to give
love
him a piece of my mind, to be honest. Like, what the fuck are you guys doing
yeah.
holding one of the biggest fights in boxing on a Tuesday night?
I agree with you. I agree with you. But you can't help but respect the Japanese and be like, this is how we do our shit. This is how we conduct our business. Fuck the rest of the world. Fuck everybody else. This is how we're gonna run it on our special Monday night.
Hey, I don't give a fuck. Put that shit on a Saturday, a
Put that shit
normal day
on.
for. Put that shit on a normal fucking day for the entire globe.
Right, right.
Saturday is a
Yeah,
Saturday, wherever you're
yeah.
fucking at in the world. It's
No,
a
I agree.
Saturday, bro.
I agree. Especially in
No,
a
but I
time where
rest.
like numbers are everything we want, like
I,
this number, just to get all the
yeah.
pay-per-view guys possible, get these guys paid, get everybody paid. Like we want these guys to make money, but
No,
everybody
yeah, yeah.
works on Tuesday. Come on.
Yeah, no, yeah. I do
We
respect it. I do respect the Japanese. I'm not gonna shit talk.
I gotta fucking go to lunch early to watch this fight on a work day. Like what type of what we doing here, you know? Nah, man, but I'm pumped, bro. This is gonna be a
I'm
banger of a
so
fight. These
I'm
guys are
so
both
pumped.
young.
Yeah,
This is like Floyd and Pacquiao if it wasn't too late. If
it
they
is.
fought when they were supposed to, this is what we would get.
This
And
is what we would have done.
I hope all casuals, if you're a casual and you listen to this, first let me know. Let me tell you, I love you very much. Thank you for listening to the podcast and thank you for watching our sport. But this is one of them ones. This is
This is
one
the
of them
one.
ones.
Yeah, this is an important fight. I've
This
been
is
so invested in this, man.
mm,
I've been so obsessed with this fight. I've been reading articles, like Japanese articles, and I've been getting them like, dude,
translated.
I've been translating some of these fights. Dude, I was reading some shit, man. Dude, Naoya was like, dude, he was grabbing any and everybody that could emulate Stephen Fulton's style. Like, he was trying to spar with so many different people. There
Mm,
was a guy, hold on, let me find his name. His name was Brian Acosta.
never heard of him.
Never heard of him, but he's like the number 24, like fucking lightweight, like
Okay.
WBC or featherweight, sorry. And he was like sparring with this guy, and apparently he has like similar style to Stephen Fulton.
Mm,
And like Naoya was like really happy about it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm getting that good fucking work in right now."
And they
Like
wrote a
he's
whole
not,
article about
yeah,
this.
a whole article about it, dude. It was
Mm,
crazy. And there
yeah.
was another guy. His name. There was another Japanese guy. I think his name was Iamoto. He was like a super featherweight
Mm,
dude. He's invested in Stephen Fulton. Like he's like borderline obsessed with like. Isn't that crazy? Like he's
I
finding
mean,
guys who are like emulating his style.
yeah.
Like
I
you
think
can't.
that's what you
You
should do, though.
at the end of the day, you're not gonna find another Stephen Fulton for one.
Right. Yeah.
But the fact that he's like trying to find guys that are similar to him is like that's crazy. Like
Yeah.
he's not just watching film; he is fighting guys that are similar style. So
Yeah.
I take solace in the fact that he's dedicated, man. Like and that plays a part, man. Like going
Yeah.
that far,
Mm.
and you can't. And the thing is with Steve Fulton, he can't emulate Naoya's style. Once you get in the ring with him, that shit's gonna fucking hurt.
Yeah, yeah, you can, and you don't like, especially like leading up to a fight. You don't want to take those huge shots, those
You
unnecessary.
don't.
You don't. That just makes you more vulnerable come fight time. But you also want to feel it too, right? You don't want to be in a fight and tasting some leather for the first time in a
You
few
never
since your
know,
last
man.
fight.
Max Holloway doesn't do it. The Skeletor doesn't do it.
The
I
my
mean,
fault,
you know,
Skeletor. Oh yeah,
my
you
fault,
into the
Skelly.
Skeletor.
Absolutely, man. We had
My
him on a
fault,
couple
yeah.
times.
My fault, Jojo Giannetti, man. Shout out Jojo,
Yeah,
man. Get that boy on UFC Boston, man. Come on.
100%. Get that boy out there.
But
But
yeah, yeah, bro. I love the Japanese, bro. I love their culture. I love their people. I love Naoya Inoue. I hate having to go against them. But when you come for my one of my top five probably favorite boxers in the game today, man, I can't rule over it. Especially
it's
when I
hard,
think,
man.
well, especially, and this is the last thing I'll say on this fight because I think this outweighs everything. The boxer always beats the puncher.
Naoya's a boxer.
No, he's not, bro. He's a puncher.
He-
When have you seen him outbox anybody?
Literally every fight he was in.
No,
Literally
no.
every fight he was in. He's undefeated.
He is.
I
He
get what you're
is. But
saying.
20,
I get what
like
you're saying. I get what you're
he
saying. I'm just
it's
being stupid.
predominantly KOs. I respect it, man. I respect it. That's your boy, man. And it is my boy too, low key. But I have to go against you this time. No, yeah. Um,
Damn.
any final
What do you
remarks on the fight, brother?
nothing much to say. I'm super pumped for this. Uh like I said, it is on a Tuesday, so sorry for getting you guys hopes up. It's not this weekend. It's gonna be on a fucking Tuesday. So
Midweek, yeah. Yeah.
we
Shit.
don't make the rules, man. We don't make the rules. But let's get into the odds, man.
What are
What
the
do you
odds
think of
looking
these
like?
odds?
I don't know
Naoya
these
Inoue's
odds.
a minus 400.
No, I don't
That's
believe
insanity.
you. Yeah, that's no way.
That's insanity, bro. I'm not even
I'm
joking.
not I don't believe it.
I'm like not even joking, bro. Oh,
Bro,
it just went down a little bit. I swear to God, it just went down.
so it's a little, oh, it's
250.
cleared up.
Oh yeah, let me do this. I swear to God, it just went down.
Just back up a little bit. It's still
340.
blurry.
340. It's 340.
Yo, Fulton is what, a plus what?
250, bro. That's insane.
Wow.
Vegas is like
Wow. Vegas
Vegas
is
is like,
disrespectful.
nah.
Yo, it might be time, brother.
You think this is your lottery ticket?
This might be the time to punch it, man.
Send it, bro. Send it.
It might be fucking time to throw the whole account in that motherfucker, man.
I
If
send it right
yo,
now.
let me say this right now on record.
Nah, I can't say that.
If I do this shit, man, and if I win, I'm going to UFC Nashville, man.
Ooh, I love it.
I'm there. I'm to Nashville, brother.
UFC Boston. We can afford those tickets after.
Fuck that, man. I'm not going to UFC Boston, bro. They have no Boston guys on that whole card. I'm good.
I know it sucks, but it's such a good event.
It is, man. And I'll be watching from the comfort of my own home. But I will be going to the press conference, which we should try to try to pull up. Maybe the weigh-ins. Those things are free.
Yeah,
just
definitely
pull
got
up
to go
and
to
go.
those.
Pull up to the press conference. See Sugar Sean talk
Just
shit.
get a sign. Just get a sign. Where the Boston fight is at. Fuck you, Dana.
Yo, that's exactly
Baldy.
what we should do.
Baldy.
Think we give a fuck about the tough
Baldy.
finale?
Baldy. Oh,
Oh
God.
man. Yeah, yeah.
I
But
can't believe
Fulton,
you met him. That's hilarious.
yes, yeah, man. And we did make eye contact for longer than a few seconds. So my guy Dana White,
Oh
my
god, that's
guy
all.
Dana White. But man, Fulton's really that much of a fucking dog, bro. That really blows my mind. I really think it'd be like
It
a mind.
doesn't.
It'd be
He's
like a
in.
pick 'em.
You forgot they're fighting in Japan, so there's gonna be Japanese judges, a Japanese crowd. They're gonna be like, "Who the fuck is this?"
Yeah, that's right.
If he doesn't put Naoya on the canvas, that's something we rarely talk about that.
Yeah, we did
When
not
like
even
whenever
mention
these
that.
Mexican fighters fight in Mexico, they always win. It's already guaranteed they're winning. Um, so I put stock into that as well. The fact that he's fighting in Japan,
I
definitely,
can't,
bro.
I don't disagree with you.
That
I
jet
don't
lag is going to
disagree.
be nasty if
Yeah,
he
but
hasn't already been out there.
he's been out there, bro. Come on, he's
Okay,
been out
good.
there for like a month. I've seen him do like training
Good
sessions
man.
out there
Good man.
all July.
Good
But
man. Good
it's
man.
really like, which thank you for mentioning that they'll be in Japan because, like, this dude traveled across the globe. Japan is a 17, 18-hour flight either direction. It's across the globe. He made that trip. He's going to fight in front of this dude's home fans, home country, people who watch this guy grow up in the sport of boxing, and he's going to challenge him in front of his hometown. You can't. That dude's fucking. Oh man, this stories like this is why I love the sport, bro. Like it's
Yeah.
gonna be one guy versus the whole country of Japan that night, and let's see how he
It's
does.
hard. It's hard to not root for that man, but I just
Yo,
don't think he's gonna win. But
I res-
legendary fight. Regardless of how this goes down, this is gonna be
yeah.
a legendary fight, and hopefully we get uh, a round of applause, for Stephen Fulton after he gets cleaned on the canvas. But I'll just play. I'll just play. You know how they
Hey
clap.
man, yeah.
Congrats.
Oh, all in sync and shit. Oh man, like Japan's awesome, man.
It's such an awesome place.
Japan's awesome. I want to go back out there so bad. And an event like this would like, oh man. If they gave you a choice to be in Japan for this one or be in London for Tommy.
So, come on.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
going
Stupid question,
straight
right?
to Japan. I'm going straight to Japan. You're nuts.
Yeah. I'm going straight to Japan too, honestly. Book
I'm
it.
right there with you.